Hey everybody, what's up? It's OCD Mikey, HiFi guy here, and I am going to speak tonight about an even more juicy subject. And a couple other folks have hit on it. Well, one that I know, I saw a vid earlier today talking, Danny from GR, talking about the reviewers and how the books are cooked, you know what I mean? And I think I'm going to get a t-shirt at the next show that just says the books are cooked. Um, Meaning the magazines are cooked. They totally are cooked. And that's old school audio marketing. It's going bye-bye. Sorry. I mean, it's probably going to stay along for a while because, hey, it's old people still like to look at magazines, but the young guys, whatever, we're going to look at tablets or phones or what have you. And besides, it's easy to kind of put it together. The guys that are employed by the magazines are writing about products from manufacturers that pay the magazines for advertising. A third grader can figure that out. Okay, so I don't need to go any further into that whole schlemazel. But what I'm going to dig a little deeper. Okay, I'm going to dig a little deeper and go into some other things. Let's start with the audio forums. You're a new guy, just trying to figure it out, new to HiFi, let's say, or recently to HiFi. How are you going to figure out what's going on? You're going to go to the magazines. You're going to find out that the magazines puff certain brands that are always the same ones, that are always puffed because those are the advertisers, okay? You'll probably get hip to the fact that you can't really trust reviews because they're always going to be, oh, so great, and this is the next newest thing. And the truth is, nothing's changed. If we look at like amplifiers, man, if we look at HiFi, nothing, the biggest thing to hit HiFi has been Class D. In the last 30 years, the biggest thing to hit HiFi, well, let's see, let me shorten it up. Last 20 years, the biggest thing to hit HiFi is Class D. That's the most technologically advanced thing, okay? The amps are rehashed. The preamps are rehashed. So the fact that preamps that back then were $5,000 are now 30 grand. There's no reason for it. They're just derivatives of the same circuit design, okay? Because once you make a good circuit, why change it? Anyways, so the marketing media for HiFi is to keep puffing up the price so these charlatans can make more and more and more and more money. It's capitalism, right? Yippee. It's the way it works. What I'm going to talk about is the audio forums, okay? So let's say you figure out the books are cooked, okay? You're like, you know what? Forget it. I can't trust the books because they're always going to tell me these same brands are great. I've bought those brands. I've spent a ton of money. I'm still getting no magic. It still is a drag. And I'm still chasing my tail. And they keep just selling me more stuff, okay? So where would you go? You would go to your peers, wouldn't you, right? You'd go to the audio forums where you'd think, hey, man, this is where my peers are going to be. This is where they're going to talk about HiFi, and I can get some real, honest truth from people that are buyers just like me, okay? Now, that used to be true, okay? But if you don't understand the crafty individuals, okay, that are, we would call them the hustlers of the business. There are definitely a handful of them, okay? And I'm talking about dealers, okay, that are not audiophiles. They really shouldn't be in this industry, but they can sell, okay? They're salesmen, and they are just trying to amass as much cash as possible. Many of them carry the most expensive brands. because they're just like, I'll just rake this in. If I carry the stuff, people will call me up and I'll make some sales and they'll make some money. So let me give you a little story about having to do with the forums from this one place, an audio forum that you probably have heard about. And it's very popular. And a lot of people go there, okay? And I had a dealer come to me, okay? It was one of these hustlers, okay? And he came to me wanting to carry my brand. And I started talking with him. He's a nice enough guy. He's actually, when the guy wants something from you, he's very cordial. He's a good speaker. He's a good salesman. He's very good. And, you know, he was telling me about all this stuff. He wants to buy my product. He's tried it. He thinks it's great. He loves it, blah, blah, blah. And the more I talk with him, he starts to tell me, you know, I had really good success with this other guy, and he names another company, okay? This is about 8 years ago. And he says, and you know what we did is, you know those guys on that audio forum? And I said, yeah. And he said, you know those ones that have like 5,000 posts or whatever, 10,000 posts, they've been on there forever? I said, yep. Yeah, I've seen a couple of those dudes. He said, we call them the Pied Pipers, okay? They're like the Pied Pipers and all the little mice follow along. Well, what we do is we give them product and they get to keep it. And they write about the product. And I'm telling you, man, when they write about that product in that forum, the sales go off the rails. You will sell more than you ever thought was possible. We raked. We did it for 3 years straight, and then we cut out, and we raked. And I was like, you just totally talked yourself out of my brand. Like, there's no way in hell I'm giving you my brand to go fizzle out like that on some hustle so we can make a quick buck, okay? Of course, I didn't say that. I said, sorry, I can't make that many. And it was true, too. I couldn't make 100 a day or whatever he's talking about selling, 100 a week or whatever, you know. Couldn't make that many cables at the time. But but there's no way I'm going to go give my product to a shill on the forum, take advantage of people that are going to the forum to trust other peer users, and then pull a hustle and bank a bunch of dough. How am I going to do that? That's just not me, okay? There's other very shrewd business people in this industry that all they're about is the amount of money they make. It's disgusting. So even the forums are not sacred ground. The forums are rife with shills. If you see any post where somebody is just gushing over something, it is suspect. If that gusher has high numbers of posts, it's even more of a suspect, okay? I've seen things on the forums in this one place where if it doesn't meet the narrative and the whole, like you'll get a Pied Piper will post something, and if somebody's standing to that Pied Piper, without even being rude, they'll get removed. So I believe that those forums are also censored by people that have interest in making money from those Pied Pipers, maintaining credibility. When people like me come in and hammer them, okay, I lose my grace. I'm sorry, but I try and keep grace. But on this one forum, I can't help but drop down to droog level and just, let's go, you know, because these guys don't have rigs like my rig. they have a whole different purpose for being there. And many of them thrive on drama, and it's just like a bunch of little hens. Just like that, too. They look like that, too. I'll do it again. Okay? So, I know that's real handsome. And I got to say another thing, too. Whenever anybody comments on my look, okay, I'll give you a couple things. First of all, it's proof that you judge a book by its cover, okay? Which means you're no good at determining the best hi-fi because you buy stuff that looks the part first because you're concerned first with the look, then with the substance, okay? So stymie, okay? Stymie. So if you want to go where there's more gentlemen, where people that buy actually, it's like they actually have very established rigs, go to What's Best for them, okay? Go there and learn something about hi-fi. But do not learn hi-fi from the yellow website, you know? Whatever, okay? That place is the Droogs, okay? It is not where you go to learn about hi-fi, okay? Trust me, it's not. It's the hen house, okay? I'm also going to go into a little bit about the videos that you see, okay? The videos that you see on YouTube, okay? There's one in particular, okay? There's one in particular, and this guy goes around and does videos in every room almost, at every show. That's his thing. He goes in and he goes by dealers and stuff like that, okay? And people pay him to take those videos. Kind of riffing on what Danny said in his video, the guy comes in, takes a bunch of video, then wants to get paid for it, okay? And if you don't pay for it, he doesn't put the video up, okay? He's a pest. It's like, get out of my room, dude. Did I ask you to come in here? No, I really didn't, okay? The shows are huge decline. Brands are starting to realize the shows do nothing for them, okay? The only brands that you see at the shows are going to be either brands that don't get it yet and they think they need the shows to find buyers, or brands that are part of the cabal, if you will. The audio mafia, as Mark Levinson calls it, okay? So you'll see all the usual big names, okay? They're going to be there all the time, and the magazines are going to be there, and then, you know, it's a whole little incestuous thing. And then those top dealers, you know, from the nation that sell all those names, okay? So let's get back to YouTube, what we're watching right now, okay? So we talk about YouTube reviewers, okay? So, you know, and just to riff off what Danny was saying, okay, so he's talking about how YouTube reviewers work for the people, okay, because the people pay them because the people get, okay. So my whole take on that is, okay, so if you're monetizing, first of all, I don't monetize YouTube. If I was to depend on your subscribership and your views and clicks and watching the ads and all that kind of stuff, my tack would be completely different than what it is right now. Right now, I'm telling you exactly how I feel. I'm talking about the subjects that I want to talk about, okay? If I become a YouTube star, or if my goal is to become a YouTube star, then I am going to speak about things that have mass appeal, okay? So I am going to, and I just thought of an experiment, but okay, so I'm going to review all the most popular items that are out there. Those names again. I can get Macintosh and bring a Macintosh in here and put Macintosh name up in the title, and I will get a whole slew of new people. I don't review Macintosh because I don't dig it, you know. I think it's pretty looking. It's not my brand, okay? PS Audio, not my brand, okay? There's you know, Bryston, not my brand, okay? There's other ones that just aren't my brand, so I don't review them because I don't even review. I show you stuff that's killer, and I say, and I try and compare it to other things so you can see why I carry it. Okay? So I don't make money. People don't, there is no company that sends me equipment to review or to talk about, period. I buy it all. Not only do I buy it all, but I represent these brands as a dealer. Do you understand? I mean, there is no more much, I could go no further in terms of having integrity and belief in a brand than being a dealer for it. I'm telling you about stuff that I think is so good that I've said to them, look, I want to be a dealer for you guys. I want to represent your brand. I want to have your products in my arsenal when I sell gear because I think your products are so awesome. Okay? Could there be a bigger endorsement? I don't think so. Okay? That's how much I believe in what I'm talking about. Okay? And I tell you the stuff that I don't believe in. Now, if I wanted to get more clicks, I would bring in the KEF, the little, what are they, LRS, LGR things. I'd bring in, so it's just almost a different form of the magazines. You're still getting paid by what's popular, okay? So you're not getting paid by Macintosh per se, okay? But you're getting paid because they're by the people that recognize that brand. Or it could be KEF, or it could be, any Sonus Faber or any Focal or whatever. I'm gonna ride their marketing dollars and I'm gonna get clicks because I've got their speakers in here. I don't do that, okay? Don't you think I understand how to get clicks and how to get subs? Yeah, popular gear, stuff that is like marketed, stuff where manufacturers put tons of dough into their marketing. I'm going to ride their coattails and get subscribers and clicks, okay? Homie, don't play that shit. I'm sorry. I don't play that. This is fun for me because I get to say stuff like, homie, don't play that shit. And it's fun because I get to be myself and talk like I normally talk to my friends, and I don't have to behave, and I don't have to, be a simp to some brand, I just, doesn't happen. So I'm here to give you the straight dope, okay? And not only are the books cooked, but the forums are cooked, okay? So if you think there's valuable information in the forums, you might find some guys that do have some value. I think there's, a couple manufacturers, what's his name? From Atmosphere, Ralph Karsten. Very few people go on the forums that are manufacturers on that yellow website, okay, the audio website, and I think he's one of them, and he's, hats off to Ralph, man. That guy is honorable, and he's made some phenomenal products over the years, and he's stayed solid, okay? But then there's a bunch of just complete hencucks on there. The thing that I lost my track on is I was talking about the guy that comes into the rooms that videotapes, okay? And he comes in, he's an older dude, and he goes to all the shows, and he goes and shows people, okay? And he gives awards, okay? You get these paper awards for accomplishment or something like that. And you're like, you know what? What are your credentials, dude? What are your credentials for giving me this award? It's a total fluff job. It's like, come on, peeps. Like, look, just think about how the marketing works, okay? I'll tell you how it works, okay? If I want to make money off you guys, what am I going to do? Here's the easiest way to do it, okay? So if any of you want to make money in HiFi, let me give you the short track, okay? Make a piece of gear, put a vacuum tube in it, make it pretty, put blue lights, maybe some meters, give it an Italian name, give it a cool website, go to the shows and make a cool room. Have the one guy that comes in to video all the rooms come into your room and take a video and pay him to say good things about the room, interview you, and give you an award. Advertise in the magazines or on the online programs. Send your gear to online reviewers or magazines. Let them keep it. Send them a piece, let them keep it. Who cares? They're going to write good about it if you let them keep it. Do it some more. Get some more reviews. Show up at the next show. Have some hot chicks in your booth. You're going to be successful. It's pretty easy to do with lights and mirrors and shiny pretty things to distract you. It's easy to put my hand in your money, in your pocket, and take your money. All I have to do is sell a little bit. I don't even sell. Ask anybody who talks to me, ask anybody who buys product from me, man. I don't sell to you, okay? That's what everybody else does. Everybody else is going to talk you into something. I don't do that, okay? You're going to talk me into that you really need what I'm selling. So, because when you trust me, you're going to get the goods. Ask anybody who's bought from me. Anyways, thanks for joining. See you.